Hi everyone. Today I want to show a card I'm making for, I have a couple cards actually, but they're all basically the same in different colors. I was creating this card because I am finally trying to anyway. I've got some dates put in, requests put in with the room I rent to see if I can use my space again, and I think it's going to get approved, so I'm going to start having in-person classes again, which I'm really excited about. So I was going to send this to my regular stampers, those that come on a monthly basis, and so I thought this is cute. Let's create together, and I like the together so much, just adding that little together word. And it's from Create with Friends, and here's that word create, and here's the word friends. There's also love and celebrate and amazing and all kinds of words that you can add to them. So you can say, you know, like best friends, put a little best above here on a little banner flag, or celebrate you and all that stuff. Love together, stuff like that. Really nice. And it's so much fun to use with the Hinge Step. It was so perfect. And probably that's what they were thinking. I mean, they make so many things that intentionally work with the Stamparatus, but this one was really fun to use. So that's how you can line up your words perfectly in a line, perfectly spaced apart from each other by doing the Hinge Step. And that's using the Stamparatus from Stampin Up that has this hinge, and it has hinges on top and bottom, so if you can imagine moving both ways. And it comes with 2 plates. This one I've got something else on, but you can, so you can have 2 different colors going on. Let's say if you're making multiples of one card, this is perfect because you can, stamp one stamp, stamp the other stamp, and then move on and make more and more and more. I'm just using the one right now, but I wanted to show you that it came with 2 plates, top and bottom, so nice. And this part is open, so you don't have to have a 6x6 piece of paper. You can have one that's a little longer. It hangs off the sides, and get your stamping in one area. You can move it all around. So then it's nice that this is open on the side. I've seen some in the market that are closed, and so you really have to make sure you're only using a specific size. So anyway, for this purpose, we don't need the big size. We just need a piece of, I'm going to use a piece of 4 by 5 1/4. I want to show you all the varieties actually. So I was making this one, let's create together, but I thought, well, that's not necessarily something that everybody's going to use. I'm holding classes, but you might not be. So I wanted to show you so many different ways to use it. So you can do let's celebrate together, or even take the together off. Maybe you're not meeting up, but you're going to send this in the mail. So you can do let's celebrate. And then, what else can you celebrate? Well, babies. So this one I kind of thought was baby colors, soft colors. Doesn't really say what gender. So if you're not sure, you can use this card to celebrate a new baby. So it says celebrate, celebrate on the inside. You can write stuff about a new baby. And then, of course, in 2 days we have Independence Day. So I've got a let's celebrate, and then I have some Independence Day theme going on. And it's the same idea as this one with the stars. So I thought this one has the most different things going on. So I'm going to make this one again because I need to bring an apple pie tomorrow somewhere. So I'm going to bring it with this little card. So let's celebrate, and it's really fun. I can put the together on this one too, actually, because this is a together celebration. So much fun. I really like it, and there's a couple things I want to show you. I want to show you the Hinge Step, but I also want to show you something I'm doing on the tags. And when I sometimes stamp on a color, I like to do my sentiments sometimes in embossing. And on this, red shows up great, on the blue shows up great, embossing in white shows up really awesome on so many colors. However, on, let's say, this one, it's pale papaya, and then the white on top of it's just sometimes not as easy to read. But you can see that mine does stand out, and I'm going to show you the difference on one that I did not outline and one that I did. And I just wanted to show you how to do this. See that outline around the words? It makes those words seem even more raised. It kind of gives them a shadow, and it's so easy to do with Stampin' Write markers, because Stampin' Write markers are water-based. You can use the marker right on top of that embossed word, so that way you're right up close to it. You don't have to have such a steady hand. And then wipe the ink that's on top of the words off, and you've got this nice kind of a drop shadow, which is easy to do. Like in the digital world, you can add a drop shadow to something and really kind of elevate it, but here you can do it with markers, and I want to show you how to do that. And that's how I was able to use that white embossing on a color like So Saffron or Pale Papaya, and it really does show up nicely. So you're not such a, it's still actually, even though these colors do show up nicely with embossing because they're such a bright color and the white really shows up against it, just adding that little drop shadow is just kind of fun. It almost looks like hand lettering more so. I mean, it's the stamp itself looks like hand lettering, but it's just really kind of fun to add that drop shadow, and I want to show you how to do it. It's real simple. All right, so let's do the hinge step on this card. Now my thought here is that I'm doing red down like this, you know, red stripes of our flag in the US, and also it's, you can switch colors like I did here. I just did the colors on the side of the paper, so any colors work, but here we're just going for red, and you're just going to move up a hinge. So here I did the first hinge, and actually I don't think my magnet's in the way yet. I might have to move the magnet when I get up higher. Then you're just going to go up a hinge and do it again, and it's all lined up perfectly for you. I moved up one. I didn't do that B real well. See, look at that. So let's, you can, the nice thing about Stamparatus, you can do it again. I'm going to go ahead and there. I'm going to move it up one more hinge. Move it up again. I forgot to do it. There we go. Move it up. Stamp. Okay, now I'm getting up to where my magnet is. I'll move the magnet and get up. Oops. So this is the hinge step. Here, you've got them all lined up. They're evenly spaced. Totally perfect. That is so much fun, and you can make so many, it's so easy with the Stamparatus. So there's that. Now I want to do my tag, and so first I'm going to clean my Stamparatus. A nice thing to have on hand is a chamois. Get rid of this red so I don't put my arm in it. So I've got my Stampin' chamois. I'm going to just clean my stamp really good. And now I need a scrap piece of red. I'm going to leave this on, I mean, you could take this off if you're, I didn't clean that very well. If you are not going to do the hinge step, you can use a block now, but I might make some more of the Celebrate. I thought maybe I'd make some in just a whole bunch of different colors for birthdays and stuff. So I'm going to leave it on here. Alright, now we're going to stamp with Versamark. And some white embossing powder. Grab a little scrap from my garbage to catch the powder. Okay, now I'm going to cut it out with some of these wonderful tags. I want to show you these tags. This is called tailor-made tags, and you get 8 tags and 2 different kind of toppings here, and these little hole reinforcers, totally fun. And I forgot which one I wanted to use. I think it was this one. Yes. Okay, so we're going to use that one. Trim that down because I wanted to use my mini, this little cutie So let me line this guy up. Okay, so now I wanted to show you how to do that drop shadow. So you're going to take a water-based marker. So if you used your Stampin' Blends, those are alcohol-based. They're like a Sharpie permanent marker. So if you were to get on that white embossed area, you couldn't wipe it off. And actually even the red is, let me grab it. The red is highly pigmented. You know how the red stains our stamps, sometimes the reds and pinks, but you can still do it. So you're going to go ahead and draw on the letter, getting right up on there. Now if you had a really steady hand, you can avoid the white. But I don't have as steady as hand. My eyes are old, so I'm on the white. And that's okay, because I can take a paper towel and just kind of smear it off the white, just to pick it back up, because it's not, that water-based ink doesn't want to stay on the embossed areas. It almost beads up a little bit, actually. So I'm going to go like up the letter on the inside, like on the left, and then when I come back down, I'm going to go on the outside on the left. And I kind of wipe it as I go, just because, like I said, the red ink is a staining ink. And I don't know how long I can leave it on there before I pick it up. Now this is tone on tone. You're doing red on red. You could even go with a deeper, like maybe you can do a cherry cobbler. Go with a deeper color, or maybe your basic gray marker even. I hadn't tried that one. But I'm doing tone on tone, so I'm doing real red marker on real red cardstock. So I'm going to go over it a second time. Just that second layer of ink is going to make it all the much darker shadow. Okay, I think I've got it dark enough, and you can decide how dark you want to go. All right, so to put the rest of the card together, I've got a base in real red, and I also cut a strip of Night of Navy, and I meant to cut this 5 1/4. I think I did actually, but I must have put that strip back away and left myself the longer one. So let me cut that again. Okay, and then I cut a bunch of stars. Now, there are so many dies that have stars, and I thought I would show you a couple because they're real cute. You can use stars on everything. Birthday, any celebration, Christmas, 4th of July, Independence Day. So you've got stars in so many dies. Here's one of them. This one's called Give It a Whirl. This is an awesome die. I love this. I haven't used it for what its intended purposes are, but I have used the clouds. So I really love these stars. These are cute, and these are the ones I actually used for this card. But if you don't have this one, another great star set is this one. And look at all the stars in here. And this is one I use constantly. I don't know how they go back on the board any longer. This one's called Stitched Stars. I love this one, and this one in particular, because you can cut all those stars out at once, and there's lots of different sizes, but there's simple single stars as well. So this is a great star set, and that's good for birthday, like I said, baby cards. Anyway, I did the Give It a Whirl stars, and I cut a whole bunch. And all I'm doing here is I'm laying them down. I found it easy to kind of just try to randomly place them. Try not to overthink it. That's hard sometimes. That's peach. That is from something else. Sitting on my desk. Alright, so let's move these around a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue them down. And I've got some hanging off the edge, and that's okay because we're going to trim it. I like when they're hanging off the edge. I think that looks better than trying to pack them tightly within the space. Alright, let's set that aside for a second. I meant to do that before making the tag because I wanted to give this a second to dry, but too late for that. Alright, so I've got this. Normally I'd let this dry longer. Oh, I should. That's okay. I can pause, let it dry for a second, and speed up the video. Okay, while I was waiting, I made my bow, and now we're going to cut the parts that are sticking off. Okay, now you can use these little bits if you feel like you need something somewhere, like there's a hollow spot. That can go up there. Okay, now I'm gonna put this down. Alright, now you could wrap the ribbon around and add your tag. I felt like I would make it easy on myself by not doing that. Nobody's going to necessarily know I didn't go through the hole. So, I'm not doing that. I am going to just do it. Oh, it wasn't quite dry. I'm just going to fake it. I'm going to wrap the ribbon around the card base just on the front. Let me fix that little star. This ribbon is from the Playful Pets Ribbon Combo Pack. Last year there was a whole series called Playful Pets, and there was paper and everything, and all that's left, there's the stamp and dies are still left, and the ribbon combo, and it's just real red and white, and then there's also a black and white, so it's a really nice ribbon pack, but it's called Playful Pets. That's why it made sense in the last catalog, the name, but it doesn't quite make sense anymore. Alright, so I'm just laying that down, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my tags down. I already made this one ahead of time since there was nothing tricky about it. And I'm going to, I want to make sure that they're in line with the ribbon because I want it to look like they are going through the ribbon even though they're not. Put this one down first. Okay, and then I'm going to put a white piece on the inside, and I'll write my greeting and maybe even add some stars in different colors inside. So I want to show you all of them again. Here is the Independence Day theme. This one is just a everyday celebration. This would be great for a birthday. This one I thought might be cute for celebrating a new baby. And then here's the one that I'm making a ton of, and that's where that Stamparatus really came in handy, because I did all the poppies at one time, then I did all the flirty flamingos and just kept stamping. It was really easy and awesome, and I have an entire stack. So fun. Okay, so there is it, and I hope that you give this a try. I think that little drop shadow on the words is really fun, and it's real simple. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.